Welcome to the Life with Kring on Air, a podcast about purpose, parenting, and people. In here, we hope to talk and collaborate on how to thrive in the 30s with your 30-something host, Trisha Julio.
Hello friends! Today is Saturday, January 15, and it's the halfway of January, and it's the 10th day of my Facebook and Messenger deactivation. So yeah, I felt good, and I reaching this part is very hard. For those of you who knew me, who know me, is I'm very sociable and I always try to share things on social media. But just last January 5, I was feeling really low, and I was feeling like puking, and I have this headaches and all whenever I open my Facebook and Messenger. I just don't know why it has manifested into a physical pain, but I figured because I was really thinking that by 2022, by the start of 2022, is I was gonna let go of my Facebook and Messenger. But then because I was really having, it was really crazy, I didn't do it. Like I think it's my body's way of reminding me that I really have to step in. And I know most of you may not understand how I'm very like for me, being able to share the blessings from the Lord and being able to share the experiences that I have now is one of the things that makes me feel that my life has value. As a person who has really experienced growing up, bad experiences growing up, like we were very poor, like especially when I was studying. So it's just my mama, and when I was able to graduate in college, I became the breadwinner of the family. So it was so crazy that for the first 5 years of my at work, I don't know, it's just hell for me. So but it was a happy hell because I was able to help my brother, and after that I was also able to extend that help to my other family, especially they were my cousins, but actually I treat them already as my sisters because I don't have a sister. So with my immediate family, it's just my brother, me, and my mom, because my father has been my parents were separated since I was 3 years old, and I grew up without a dad. And I think most of the hurts that's going on in my head is also part of that. And I have a lot of trauma. I have a lot of trauma as a child, and it went on until I work, and I think for most of my childhood especially, there were triggers that would just remind me that, oh, you're this person. Like it's like how do you say this? It's like it's reminding me that I should be what do you call this? I should be more ambitious than I am now, and it's really crazy. It's putting this unusual stress within me. Like normally the Lord has just been so good with my life, especially like even before I became a born again Christian, the Lord was just so good to me. And right now, because I'm a born again Christian and I do have this relationship with Him, I'm always reminded how He is just so amazingly good even before I didn't have this relationship with Him. And the reason, maybe the reason for the crash and born, I called it crash and born last January 5, because with the holidays, right? So we had this holiday break, and then comes Odette, right? The typhoon. So every end of the year, I would always have this what do you call this? I would always have this yearly check up with myself, and call it like, if you are in the company, or if you're working in a company, you have this talent discussions, or you have this what do you call this, performance check up every year, right? So for me, I do it every December. So I called it a life check up or yearly check up. So I look at all the areas of my life and see if I'm growing, and I would curate all the events that I did over the year, and then I would curate all the reunions and the catch up, all the people that I get to connect within the year. So that would always make maybe see it by the end of the year. But as you may have for those of you who are in Cebu, you may have, or maybe or other parts of the world, you know that the typhoon Odette has great impact impacted us since December 16, and we have no power for 8 days until December 24. So it was such it was a life-changing experience for me, and I never really thought that I'd go offline for that many days. Although there were times that I went with the husband to just check whatever it is happening. But even that time, I was already very I was very reflective. Why do I have to do it when I know my husband could just update me with what's going on? And it's just also a hassle to connect. And with all those 8 days with me living like olden times, it's just you don't know what's happening around the world, especially like in Facebook, with the Facebook feeds. You don't really know what's happening. There's just peace. It was hard, but there is peace. Like, I never thought of a day that I would go offline like that. It was abrupt, right? We didn't the typhoon caught us off guard, and I was so happy, and I was so blessed that we were one of the few who had lights, or who had power on December 24 on Christmas Eve. So I was really thankful with that, even if during that time my toddler Onyara has fever. So on the fifth day of no power, Onyara has fever. So it stretched on until December 24. So even though it's a day before Christmas, we really went to the hospital to have her checked. And because it's fever, it is mandatory to have this COVID check before admitting. So we really wanted to admit her because she wouldn't take any liquids aside from my breast milk, and she's so cute, and there's a danger that she will have dehydration, and dehydration is very bad for toddlers. So we really decided to have her admitted on December 24. We didn't mind if we would celebrate uh, Christmas Eve on the hospital, but God is good. So we were sent home because before admitting, we have to submit that COVID testing. And so what we did on December 24, we just had her get tested, and then the results would be on the noon of December 25. And so we went home. Before we left on December 24, the afternoon of December 24, there was no light. So there's no power still. So we didn't really know that the power is back until we arrive on December 24. That's around 8 to 9 p.m. So imagine my what do you call this, happiness, because I was in the hospital, right? I was feeling so down because and a little afraid because, oh my gosh, what if this is COVID? Like you have this worry, you have this fear in your head, and sometimes it always gets the better of you. But the Lord was just so awesome. Has been with me all through that, and always giving me that strength, and that this too shall pass. And when I went back home with the lights on, I was like, oh Lord, oh my God, this is you telling me that, kidding, everything's gonna be all right, so just chill and let me do my job. So that's it. So we had the lights on December 24, and it was so happy. But of course, the fever of Onyara didn't magically go. It's still outstanding, right? So on December 25, we went back to the hospital, and the COVID test results is out. And thankfully, she is free from COVID. Yay! So, we were admitted, and even though that's Christmas, so I was really my heart is really going out to the employees who were working. But even if it's Christmas, they're really so kind, and we're so thankful for USMN for taking care of us during that day. And so we have been admitted, and we spent our December 25, 26, and 27 at the hospital. And it was good because when Anyara had dextrose, she had other liquids other than my breastfeed. So her fever has not gone back also, and she's been back to health. She just needed the liquids, and I was actually joking to the husband, what if we just do this dextrose thing at home, so we wouldn't have to check her into the hospital. But yeah, that was just a joke, guys. Especially if you have toddler, their health is very important. Especially with our toddler Onyara, she's very, very, I don't know, maybe she just took this bravery from me, and this not feeling the sickness thing. Like, even though she had fever, she's very active. That's why we're so afraid of we're so fearful of what will happen to her, because even though she has fever, she is very active, and she's not taking any food or any other liquids than breast milk. So and that's I think we discussed with the husband how she has taken my energy when like my energy when I'm sick, because when I'm sick I usually don't feel the sickness. I'm just moving around. And also taking the husband's when he's sick, he would not eat anything. So it's actually a bad thing, because how do you sustain your energy, right, when you're not eating? So that's why we really have to put her into the hospital. So so that's how I spend the last, what do you call this, until December 27. So battling Odette, and then on Yara until the 27th. So when we went home December 27th, so I was really thinking, oh gosh, this is my time to just do my thing. But unfortunately, I I wasn't able to do that because um, when we went out, so we settled on December 27 at home. We just, um, even though you're in a hospital, you're just technically there resting, but you couldn't really rest, right? So when we were at home, there's never a place like home. So on December 27, we just rested. And then on December 28, we went to, I think December 28, oh wait, when was that? December, I think, I think December 28 we went to my mama's house in, it's around 1 hour drive here from Cebu City on a good day. So we went to check my mama because she was expecting me for Christmas. Even though we visited her 3 days before Christmas and told her that because at that time the gasoline is still queuing, right? All the resources in Cebu is still limited. So we told mama that, mama, I couldn't be with you on Christmas, and it might be days before I can come back here. So you should not expect me for Christmas. But when I visited on December 28, my cousin was telling me that my mama, for those of you who doesn't know, my mama has bipolar disorder, and she we couldn't, it's still my prayer to just she will went out of it. But actually she hasn't been taking her medication since October 2019. So her last check up to the hospital is on October 2019. So it has been more than 2 years. And there's another story with after the 2 year gap with her bipolar, but yeah, that would be for another time. But yeah, so my mom is sick, so she has bipolar disorder, and I don't know if it's true, but we just noticed that I seem to be her medicine. Like when she's about to go into a full blown what do you call this, manic or depressive mood, when I would visit and talk to her, she would just go out of it. Like, I don't know, maybe there's just this, I was reading about it and about bipolar and their triggers, and then I was actually reading about it, and I've read that there might be persons that would just calm you, like they are your safe place. So I think for me, I maybe my mama's safe place, because because I'm her eldest, and we practically grow up together. Like, she had me when she was going on 16, going on 17, right? And then when so we grew up together. Like, just if you look at our ages, we're just 18 years apart. So she's like my ate, and we have, like, maybe I don't know if you have a complicated relationship with your mom, but mama and I has this complicated relationship too. But we were very close. Like, she is just so awesome to have been protecting me all these years. And there were, of course, it's not all rainbows, right? It's not all highs. There were a lot of lows. Like, if I am my mama's safe place, my mama is if I'm Superman, or what you call Spider-Man, she's my kryptonite. Like, that's the main issue that I have right now, because whenever I will go visit mama, I would have she would trigger a lot of things within me, like especially like I should be more than I am now. I should be like I should be hating all these people because it contributed to, maybe I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah. So yeah, so back to my story. Yeah, so that's the background of there. That's the background. Like my mama has bipolar, and I have to go visit her once a month, or when she has this when she is in this state, like going on a mental breakdown. So I have to be there twice a month. And I don't really do anything special. I just talk to her, like I just talk to her about things. And when I noticed that she would go off of her mental state with what I'm saying, I would shift. And I what do you call it? I actually learned what I knew from reading about bipolar disorder on how to support them. And there was this a plan actually with my brother, that we were going to look for someone who could support mama like that, and we will just pay her, because even though right now we would get a helper for her, it would be very hard, because she's antagonizing most people except for me. And but I cannot just go there and live. And I was also I have been asking her to just stay with me here in the city, not maybe in our condo because it's so small. We could get another unit here, or we could rent another unit here, and she will live there alone. And then I would just be on call with her, but she wouldn't. Yeah, even living at my brother's house, just 15 minutes away from our place, she wouldn't do that. She just love our place so much. I don't understand it. And maybe that's also the cause why every time I go visit there, I will have this angst. I will have this, oh mama, you're making my life harder, because whenever I visit here in our place, I have this I have so many heartaches there. Like I've there's just so many that I couldn't recall, that's hidden beyond my subconscious maybe. So yeah, okay, I think I'm dragging onto that. So that was it. And thankfully, when I visited, my mom was like, oh, she's just recovering out of it. Like, I told her that, Mama, I wasn't able to visit you on Christmas because Onyara was sick, and we were at the hospital until December 27, and we just rested, and now we're here. So, and thankfully, when we went home, after that, she was all good. Like, oh, I kind of miss her. It's Saturday. Maybe I should ask the husband that will visit mama today. Anyway, so that's 27, and then 29. On the 29, we also what do you call this? On the 29, so I'm just at home. So the plan was to really do my yearly review, but I have been busy with other things as well. So 29, and then 30, and then 31. So, and yes, baby, yeah. And then 30, and hello, and 31. I wasn't able to. Hi. Sorry. Hey, just quick touch point. So I'm in bed with Onyara now. When I started this podcast, I was in the kitchen washing the dishes, and she was just sleeping because it's she usually wakes up around 10 to 10:30, but maybe she noticed my absence, that's why just waking up. So I'm in the bed. I don't know if I'm still audible, but so the point is, I practically didn't do anything to wrap up my year on December until December 31. So I was really, oh my gosh, I should do this, I should do this. And when I have this thing in my head, like I want to do something, and I haven't been doing it, for putting it on the back burner for so long. It just, especially with yearly wrap up, because it's my year. Like, I'm very crazy with how I spend my time. It when if people are very particular with their money, I'm very particular with how I spend, with how I spend my year, or how I actually did it. Like, oh, did I go out enough? Did I spend some time home enough? Did I, like those kind of things? So yeah. And I think, oh my gosh, so I think I'm just gonna stop here. This is my my what wrap up from December, I think December 16, from when Odette visited us, and Riking visited us until December 31. So I'm gonna do a part 2 of this topic, where I would connect the activation to social media, from the things that I have been feeling, from the typhoon to not being able to do the yearly recap, and the many realizations that I had when we were on the 8 days of no power. So thank you guys for listening, and just a quick update before going to is, I'm out of Facebook and Messenger, and today I was thinking of I don't know, I'm just thinking of cleaning all my other social platforms, even for Onyara's account. So right now Onyara still has her Facebook and Instagram, and I also have my all my Instagram still. So I was really thinking that I'm just gonna delete all of them and just continue, maybe continue my podcast, because in the podcast, it doesn't have face and it's easier to maintain. I just have to go up and talk. So that's what I wanted, and it wouldn't take so much of my time. And also, I have been planning to really clean up our social trails, especially for Onyara. Yesterday I was looking at this video about the dangers of social media, and I think some of the bigger part, the biggest part of why I wanted to go out of social media is to protect Onyara. I have been oversharing her, and whenever I look at her, I would have this guilt that someday when she's old enough to understand, she would speak badly about it, and that's why I wanted to, now that she's young and would not able to understand what I'm doing, I'm just gonna come clean and clean up, so by the time she's old, I would be there would be no traces of her on social media. And of course, I would still continue documenting her. We have this photo book. I was actually, I have this yearly photo book of her, right? So that's why I was just, why do I need to have this elaborate online documentation of her when I have this photo book? And when it's family, we could just, I could just do a yearly video as well, so it doesn't have to be all like the one I'm doing now. It's very comprehensive, and there are so many dangers in social media. So yeah, and I just don't know him. I'm just being paranoid. But yeah, I actually thank the Lord for giving me the idea to just search about it. Uh, Yesterday was just, oh my gosh, oh my god. I actually cried on the first video that I watched. Like, OMG, is this really happening in the world? And so that really sets a tone for me to just, I should do it. I should. That was one of the signs that told me that I am doing good. And yeah, so I don't know where this would lead, but probably a healthier, happier mental state out of the craziness, out of the noise from my Facebook feeds and messengers. So, but of course, I will still connect with people, and I think there would be, I don't know, but but my really my mantra for 2022 is just to 22 mantra is just to, what do you call it? It's not really to chill, but change and have faith. So 2022 would be my faith year. It's the year of faith. So I'm just gonna, like 2017, I'm just gonna let the Lord drive. And yeah, so talk to you later. Talk to you later, friends. Bye bye for the part 2, or I don't know. Goodbye.
This episode of Life with Kring on Air was brought to you with love and prayers. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to hear more, please subscribe and share what you think at lifewithkring.wordpress.com. And as always, have a blessed day and remember that we are not made to survive, but we were made to thrive. Happy thriving, friends!